My love, to me you are everything. You hold the past and the present, still marks in you from who came before me. Respite, a short stop between chapters. Your bed is raised, housing creatures, patterns, secrets, sometimes sprinkled in dust, covering it all. Intertwined balconies for tits and robins. I see them beneath the armies flying south. Beneath my feet, shrubs, beginnings, melancholic memorials. I can count your wisdom ring by ring, so close to it all, but contained, conserved. Touch of humanity, but with little offence. I get a magical feeling. Flies look like fairies, leaves painted with your own hand, sunbeams conducting a beautiful song. Silent not to me. I see dance, balance, syncopated figures, and a steady bass line played with the wind. My eyes are not the only blessed sense here, with you. You envelop my body, mind, and soul with wonder. Yours always. To you. I don't know why I keep coming back. So far away that my feet don't stop till I'm with you. It's a particular type of fear, the type you feel rising from your stomach to your fingertips. A wave that seems to last hours but only takes a single beat. A rumble, a roar, not knowing if it will knock me down or fall right through my skeleton. I listen from underneath you, shaking, creaking, dripping. All-consuming. Crevices filled with moss and stuffed with dead leaves from August. Beautifully carved, nature the creator, but humanity the curator. A double perspective. Beautiful brushstrokes framed and mounted on the side of a hill. A double-edged sword. Exhilarating yet a delicate compliment. Perhaps that is why I can't pull myself away. Yours always. My darling. Ever-flowing and unapologetic. Changing your course and changing the land. The world bends around you. How I wish to be that powerful. On particularly rainy days, I can see you from my window. Otherwise, I come down to see you and look into you from overhead. A solid arch, though crumbling in places, still pillars of strength. Grass creeps up the sides as if delivering messages between elements. I don't know where you begin or how many miles you trek, but I know you are one body, regardless of the fish and ducks you nurture. Reflections of the blue, the light and the land. Sometimes I hear showers, reminisce the puddles and flooded fields, but most of all, I miss you whenever we're apart. I pass you to go home. You're the first anyone sees when coming or going, a constant in my life. The bittersweet feeling of knowing your bridge will fall someday, but the knowing that you will exist long after I have departed. There is no need to run so quickly. Yours always. My beloved, I always find myself coming back to you. I have gotten so used to you being around, I almost don't hear you. A comfort, although some would question. You're the soundtrack of my life so far, the ostinato in my symphony. Do you remember a small girl, waving, rushing to the door to greet you? That same girl watching you come and watching you go, knowing every one of your intonations, recognizing when things aren't quite right. I've noticed that sounds are different in the sun. Your rumbles seem to take longer to fade. The distance forests away. Louder too, more intense. It's always been difficult to stand too close, especially with my eyes shut. My body overcome with metal, wheels and cogs, searching for the iron in my blood to become one. Yours always. Quiet one. There's something about you, the way you are there, though not really there at all. A fool would pass, or maybe a fool would stop. This fool has never been able to escape. Dark, broken, silent, weeds and wildflowers taking root around your limbs, lichen on your joints, cobwebs strung like jewellery. Is it stubbornness or solace? Found or abandoned, I know you have history. You have tales behind rust, tales of journeys untravelled for decades, back and forth. If you could, I would want you to take me exactly where I need to be. Although I cannot simply mend your shoes. I cannot dig you out. This is one I cannot save. I can only watch as your paint chips away and the trees slowly creep up from behind. I will, however, make certain your dignified retirement goes undisturbed. Yours always. My dearest, how I wish I could visit you every day. I suppose I could. Perhaps I will. The path luring me like an outstretched arm, stone steps down to your swirling pool. Deepest hues, ever-changing but a comforting stillness. I feel at peace sat, albeit with cold thighs, feet poised out in front of you. A siren's call. I feel damp ropes pulling me further from the smooth tarmac. You know, sometimes I cannot seem to tear my eyes away from your soaked mosaic long enough to find my footing. Someday I know I will tumble down, stumble, slip, smile. For all I know, you will steal my last breath, replace the air in my lungs with silk, thick, but too soft to complain. In honesty, I don't know how else this will end. Perhaps it was always meant to be this way. A certain force beckoning me to finally dip my toes in. Yours always.